Giving us instant analysis on that conversation via telephone from Cape Town is Patrice Rousseau, Portfolio Manager, Senior Portfolio Manager at Sanlam Investment Management. Patrice, thanks very much for your time. Your thoughts on the potential for Investec to boost their scale in Australia? That's what everybody seems to be hanging on to after this pre-close trading update.
Yes, Bronwyn, I think the issue is one first of consolidation. They have made an acquisition already. That's buying Rensburg Shepherd. And I think that's going to form the basis of a wealth business, which they're going to first, I think, expand in continental Europe. So it's going to be the UK and continental Europe. In the past, what they call private banking was really more a bank for entrepreneurs, a property lending business. Now they're really going to go into the true asset management / wealth management for high net worth individual game, and that's something which is going to bode well for the future because it's a low capital type of business, and obviously this is what all the banks are trying to do going forward, to move away from capital intensive type of businesses.
Patrice, at 57 Rand 40 on Investec Limited, your thoughts on valuation here?
Yes, Investec stands out as probably the cheapest of the South African banks. If you look at on a price to book basis, it's trading at reasonable valuations, 1.4, 1.5 times. The other banks are closer to 2 times. Also, earnings for 10 PE, I think is fairly reasonable. I think the problem is that in the UK environment for foreign investors, there are a number of banks who are trading below book. So while for South Africans like myself, it's quite an attractive proposition for foreign investors, given its dual listing, there's a lot of cheaper propositions out there.
And then just very quickly, Patrice, there's a strong market rumor out there at the moment that RMB Holdings is in play. Have you got any insight on that rumor?
I don't have any insights, but I think two things to mention. One, the fact that the bank and the insurance operations of RMB Holdings are being separated, that allows a more bite-sized acquisition to come through, because you can instantaneously acquire 30% of First Rand Bank by agreeing a deal with RMB Holdings. That's one. Two, one has to wonder what the attitude of the authorities are, and as long as there's no official line that prevents another foreign bank to come and do an acquisition, I don't think why not. The trend has definitely been for developed market banks to diversify into emerging markets, and Africa is the last big unexplored frontier, and what better way to do it than by acquiring a South African bank, just like HSBC is likely to do with Nedbank.
Patrice, thank you very much for your opinions. Patrice Rousseau is a Senior Portfolio Manager at Sanlam Investment Management. Still in studio is Etienne Nel from BJM. We've got the rebalancing of the S&P 500 tomorrow in the US, and that is a big event.
Correct.
Can you take us through what you anticipate happening?
Well, difficult to call what's going to happen. I haven't run any quants models on which stocks are going to go in and out, but it does make for a very interesting Friday close. And if you follow the charts, your Friday closes tend to be very critical for indicating your buying and selling levels. So if that index gets pushed tomorrow with whatever goes in or vice versa, it could have an impact on either a trend reversal or indicating a new uptrend.
And of course that will spill through to the local front.
Correct.
And determine our direction.
100%.
You were saying earlier it's very difficult for you at the desk at the moment in terms of what decisions to make.
Yes.
Do you think that's a theme that is going to continue for some time?
Bronwyn, we need a catalyst. That's basically the long and the short of it. We are struggling for positive economic data to push the market higher, for it to go lower. There's just a dearth of any information out there, so it'll probably end up drifting. If we see an aggressive cut by the Reserve Bank on interest rates, that could potentially be the catalyst that this market needs to push it into the next level. But at current levels, 28,500 on all share index, it's looking very topish. I'll be surprised to see it go past 29,000. If it fails that level, we will see a bit of a pullback again.